Hey guys, just publishing it on Facebook. How satisfied are you with streaming on YouTube? Very satisfied. Although it does go wrong sometimes, but still very satisfied. I'm not sure if it's me. Hey Mark! Bones burn well, I think. Oh really, Mark? Wonder what you've been up to. Hello everybody, hey Tanya, hi Alexandra, hi Christian, hi Odus. Hey David, hey Daniel, hey Jerome. I know it says, I think, the 30th of, let's have a look. No, it says the 7th of December. YouTube is good. Yak-a-tak-a-tak. Okay, let's get my headphones.
That's for Lisa, not for Khaleesi. Oh, I'm stuck. Nope, got unstuck. Okay, just one more thing I have to do. Oh no, wrong thing. I just have to put the source inputs. No, Skype. No, not that. Okay. So, hi guys. I wasn't 100% ready. When you start YouTube, you have to do all these setting things quickly. And I hadn't. It's just tidy their hair. The hair got a little ruffled in the confusion there. So hi guys, welcome to live stream. This is a live stream on YouTube, and if you want to watch me live, then I do this every Sunday at 6 p.m. and Wednesday at 6 p.m. That's French time. The reason I don't give it to you in like Central European time is because our time change zones change, and if you watch this in summertime, then it wouldn't be that time anymore. So I would say French time. And if you want to ask me a question during the live stream, then you do that through Skype, and that's Lisa Cairns 12. Lisa Cairns 12. So you can send me a friend request now. And I just play audio, but make sure you have your headsets in because it makes for a better sound quality. And if you feel really brave, then you can say it's okay for people to see my video, and then people can see your video. But most people don't, and I can't edit it out afterwards. So you have to make up your mind. You can't go changing your mind. So if you want to get YouTube that I'm going live, then this is how. You first of all put in YouTube. Then you go to Lisa Cairns. Lisa Cairns. And then you click on Lisa Cairns and you click on subscribe on my channel. Subscribe. If you've already subscribed, then all you need to do is press this little bell and it says send me notifications. And then you'll get an email notification. If you want to subscribe to my website, then you go to www.lisacairns.com, and this will you'll subscribe to all my new events that I put on. So there's a mail sent out every month or every couple of months with events that I'm doing. And you subscribe and it should just come up, and then you put your email in, and then you'll be updated with the events that I do. And I write some quotes and all that stuff, you know, put some videos on. And if you want to donate, you can also donate. But this is the events. But I've actually got another event added in. At the moment, there's talks in London the 17th, the 18th of December. So that's in about 3 weeks in London, just before Christmas. And then talks in Tiruvannamalai for 20 days, I think it is. 3 weeks. From the 30th of December till the 20th of January. And then I have a retreat in Saint Antonin Noble in France. That's in June. Beautiful place in the south of France. It's near Toulouse Airport. And I also have an event in Cairns, Spain in March next year. So March 2017. And I also have another event which is an online satsang, and that is February the 11th, I think. Let me just check the date. And that's, we did it, February the 11th, Saturday, February the 11th, and that's 3 till 5 French time, and then 8 till 10 French time, and it's really beautiful. I did it 2 or 3 times before, and there's basically a small group of 15 to 20 people, and we all meet on Skype and everyone can see and hear each other. You need to have good Wi-Fi though, and you need to have Skype. Okay, I just have to turn this down. Otherwise, my computer gets too hot. System preferences. There we go. Should calm down a bit now. So where are we here? Okay. Hi, Canal. Hi, Ramona. Hi, work related. Hi, Jerome. Hi, Richard. Hi, Eleanor from Russia. David, Neon, Daniel. I think that's everybody. Just go on for hours, just saying hello to people. And I found some videos that I wanted to share with you today. This is very serious non-duality stuff, so make sure that you listen really carefully. And this really is going to... oh, Careful, Khaleesi. This really is going to explain non-duality in a quick, short, sharp video. So make sure that you're listening and you're watching. And this one as well will explain to you non-duality. This is what non-duality is. You dig a hole, you get caught by the owner, and you lay in the hole. Actually, hang on, I should just play that one again. And for some reason you don't get the sound. The lady's talking, it's quite funny. But hey, this one's my favourite. Just a little dog. Oh no, hang on. Oh. Hey. It's the way the dog comes up for his butt slap. Animals are so funny. Go on, you got your bones over there. You eat your bones. Go on. Just need to get a tissue to burn my nose and then we'll start. Come on, eat your bonies. Here you go, Easy. You've got two there. Just put my feet up. I just turned down the settings. Some people were saying that the YouTube was shutting out. So I just made it lesser quality, and that will make the stream better for you guys. No introduction is coming. You know, all spiritualities are always pointing to what's actually happening, to this. I know that you most probably think, talk Lisa, talk, we're here to learn non-duality. But it's really not about learning, it's really not about getting something. Learning is something that comes and goes. Learning is something you have and then you lose. You understand and then you don't understand it. And so that can't be it. There's a presence here that's here no matter how intelligent you are, no matter how much you understand something, no matter what you have, whether you're strong, weak, tall, young, old, there is this boundless presence that knows itself. And this presence on the expression of everything is love, and on the nothing side is knowing. It knows itself. I know that sounds really odd, but just carry on listening and you'll get used to my language. In its manifestation, it's love. And in its non-manifestation, it's a knowing. It knows. In these words, we think that we're somebody inside this body, behind these eyes, looking at Lisa and understanding Lisa, and we know what she's talking about, but all of that's appearing in the dream. That's not the actual experiencer of the dream. The person that thinks, oh, I understand what she's saying, is something that appears in the dream and will come and go. So one moment you'll think, oh, I understand what she's saying, and then you'll think, I don't understand what she's saying. But all of that's being registered instantaneously. There's a knowing of things that's instantaneous, without any thought, without any ideas. And the baby registers, the dog registers. These instruments are designed to look at this world. And then there's also this essence, this amness that comes forward, this sense of being, and that's who you are. We think that the looking and the being is inside the body, but actually the body is appearing inside the looking and the being. And yeah. And what's being talked about here is an energetic movement back to that. And it normally means the improvement of the human being, the improvement of the human life, but that's not ultimately it. That's not what this is about. It's not about you having a better life. It's about you no longer being the experiencer. You is an appearance that comes and goes. And the experiencer is everything and nothing. The experiencer is still always here, always present, and then the life of the person and the world appear in and out of this, just like a film appearing on the screen. The screen is always present, so the knowing and the essence is always present, but the film comes and goes, and life is like that. Your life is like that. What's actually known always is this presence, is what's happening. And then there's images of past and future. They're not actuality. So there's an image of you coming into this room and sitting down. There's an image of you that you'll eventually get up. And you have this image and it keeps replaying this image of you sitting inside this body, and you get up and you move. You have an image of this body as if it's controlling in here and what it's done. And what love this is. And this isn't really about understanding what I say. Fuck that. Just let it resonate. Let it resonate. You aren't the looker now. I'm not talking to you. You is a dream appearing in this. So who's being talked to? Who hears? Who looks? Who sees? Who feels? Where do the thoughts come from? Where do the choices come from? Well, they come from me. That's not true. They come from this present moment. That's all there ever is this present moment. I love this subject. It's so exciting. And don't listen to these talks. Don't listen to what I say as something for you to get to. It's not about you. You's an appearance. It's beyond that. And I can work on the you, because when there is the identification with that you begins to build up really bizarre dynamics and ideas. And I can work on that, and the person can see its illusions, and it can help relax the person. But the shift isn't about you. The shift is that which always is, no matter how fucked up you are, or how calm, or how nice you are. It's always there, looking silently, experiencing this. It's so empty. And on the human personal level, all that needs to happen is an exploration of non-duality and being honest. And I'll explain more about what being honest is. But being honest, I don't mean not telling a lie. Sometimes we have to tell lies. It's part of human nature. You can't tell someone that their new dress makes their butt look terrible or something. Like, there's appropriate things to say sometimes. I don't mean that. I mean an honesty with what's actually happening in this human body. So keep going deeper, because often what we're telling ourselves about what's happening isn't what's happening. So you're saying, oh yes, I feel great, this is so great. And there's always that possibility to be more and more honest. And the reason that I recommend that is because then the person becomes less complicated. It goes into less stories about itself. And it's not that then the person will get this, but then there's more of a chance of this being heard, because there's not so much clutter of this identity. But then even that, forget that I'm giving you a promise about something. Just do it. Just explore what it is to be this human and listen to non-duality. It's kind of crazy that we live our whole lives, or most people live their lives not exploring what it is to be alive. Not exploring the sensations, the feelings, the ideas. And this isn't about a destination of becoming a perfect person. Don't get that into your head that you've got to become perfect. Just knowing yourself is a huge thing, because normally a lot of what we're doing is acting out all this unconscious stuff that we don't know about ourselves. We feel afraid, so therefore we're trying to get somebody to stop us feeling afraid. We feel unloved, so therefore we're trying to be loved. But all we're conscious of as a person is what we're trying to get. We're not even conscious of what we're trying to get. It's just happening. It's like the mouth is, bah, 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 love me, hate me, hate me. It could be hate me, could be. And it gets bizarre, the human game. And the more honest you become, the less the illusion will play in all these daydreams of what you need to be, what you have to be, what you want to be. And it's not about not being human. It's also really important to have all these emotions of being human. Like, it's important that the human stays a human and doesn't try to become the no-thingness, doesn't try to become empty. The human isn't empty. That which experiences the human is empty. So it's important. I meet so many people that are trying not to be human, and they try not to feel things, but feeling is important. That's part of the human expression. So it's important to feel guilt if you run over somebody's cat. Otherwise you just drive off and be like, fuck the cat. It's important that you feel a sense of guilt and you feel responsible, and you go and say to the person, look, I ran over your cat. Or if the cat's half dead, you take it to the vet. These are important human qualities. We often cut off from our feelings, and that's when we do really shitty things as human. I'm not saying that as humans we won't always be self-centered, we will, but we do shitty things like what Hitler did, or what we do to our lovers out of identification, out of being cut off from our feelings. Humans aren't this nasty, creature that's really bad deep down. They're self-centered, yes. They want pleasure, yes. But they're not like these really nasty, cute creatures that want to eradicate all the Jewish population like Hitler, or we want to make people feel bad because we feel jealous or whatever it is. That's all identity stuff. But the human is always going to be self-centered. It's always going to want the biggest piece of cake. It knows it has to share in order to get on. But it's like, yeah, you know, when it comes to food, when it comes to sex maybe, or whatever it is, I want the biggest piece. The best piece. I don't know, whatever. Just being silly, thinking of examples. And don't take what I say too seriously. You know, sometimes I'm being sarcastic, and American people, I know there's a lot of American people that listen, they don't get sarcasm. So don't take what I say too seriously. Open up to the idea that I might be joking and being sarcastic. I get excited speaking about this. Okay, Austin! Hey, Stan the man with a plan. Hi, Annette. Nice to see you, Annette Joy. Hey, so if you call again, I'm free now. You might be at work now. Hi, Lawrence. I'm just going to see if Susan wants to call because I didn't speak to her last time. If not, we'll go back to you. Hi, Jessie. Hi, Nicholas. Oh, Nick. Oh, yeah, and anyone that's coming to India, make sure you bring cash. They're having problems with their ATMs. So just take some cash so you can exchange it. I keep meaning to tell you, but I keep forgetting. You don't need to bring rupees, but you could just bring dollars or pounds or euros to exchange. I always watch your videos. I appreciate you very much. I'm happy that people like you are something with me in a confused world. Thank divinity, because the truth makes us free. God bless you, Lisa. Well, thank you. Nice. Sarcasm is considered as inappropriate speech since it's just a subtle offence trying to look funny. Hang on, are you American? Do you not understand sarcasm? Well, I'm going to be losing some viewers there. Hi, Renate. Hey, Phyllis. Thanks, Phyllis, for the translation. I didn't get a chance to tell you today. Yes, I need to start packing my bag soon. Hello, lovely one. This is 40 seconds from one of your talks. Please see it. My questions are about it. Okay. 40 seconds.
As well. I always swore off talking about tidying the cage. But so many people come here just wanting to tidy the cage a bit. They don't really want to wake up. They don't really want to lose everything. They just want to be happy enough to do their daily activities without it being stressful. And for those people, it's not appropriate to answer with non-duality. And it's a waste of my breath.
Why is it inappropriate to answer with non-duality to people who want... Okay, so I just watched the clip. I don't think you guys could hear it, but why is it inappropriate to answer with non-duality to the people who want just a bit happier life? Why is not a happier life important exactly as much as losing everything? How could anybody want to lose everything? Jeez, why would nobody like to lose everything if he is not happy? Oh, come on. That's like 1,000 questions, which are kind of the same. Why is it inappropriate to answer with non-duality to people who want to just have a happier life? Because you've got to, if there's somebody struggling with a particular dynamic in their life, answering with non-duality isn't appropriate at that times. You've got to look at what they're getting stuck in. If they've got repetitive stories about hatred towards someone, then you've got to look at that dynamic. There's no point in me saying there's nobody there. All of this is boundlessness. I have done in the past, and it can have a beautiful effect, but it's more about what they're actually struggling with. Otherwise, what happens mostly is if you say to someone there is nobody there, then they just try to chant there is nobody there when they're feeling discomfort, and this doesn't help at all. So they're feeling discomfort and they're like, there is nobody, this is it, this is it. And this goes into another really bizarre dynamic. Why is not a happier life important exactly as much as losing everything, leaving your breath alone? Yes, it is. I'm not against it at all. In that speech, I wasn't against doing it. I'm constantly speaking to people on a personal dynamic and working through personal dynamics. I'm not against it. And I think that everybody that's into spirituality and into this subject more than likely can do with some tidying of cage. Including Lisa. Lisa doesn't have a cage anymore, but Lisa's personality can always do with tidying up. She can always... I think it's so important to self-reflect and to look at the dynamics that are going on. And I can always improve in relationships. I can always improve in communication. I can always improve in so many different areas. There's always chance to grow at being a better speaker in non-duality, at being a better dog owner. And I constantly am looking at Lisa's dynamics and checking, where they come from or what's going on in this body-mind mechanism. And I think this is so important. And anyone that's arrogant to think that they're past checking their dynamics, or because they're into non-duality, they don't need to check their dynamics, is just in another stuck, tight little knot. It's important to always be open to improving the personality as a human. I mean, the human is a predator, and it's got a tendency to be totally self-centered. So always having an open heart to look at what's going on in the human dynamic. Non-duality, though, isn't about that. Non-duality is the energetic movement back to stillness. Often these two things happen simultaneously. When you get into non-duality, you get into becoming a more open and loving person. They kind of go hand in hand, because the more you move back to that stillness, the more that the person becomes more honest with itself and lives in so many lies. But even after that energetic awakening, the person can still be improved. And any speaker that doesn't say this or isn't open to this, I would be wary of, because it's like totally denying what it is to be in the human form. Forms are always evolving, are always changing and always improving. And it's an endless evolution of the human becoming more and more in line with that realization of stillness. And having a heart closed to that is not a good sign. This is when you get arrogant and most probably power driven as well. And why I say power driven is because normally why you don't want to improve or have an open heart is because you want to have power over others. And by saying you're all done or you're above that means that you can have power over others. You have something over the others in the human world. How could everybody want to lose everything? Yeah, nobody does. The person doesn't want to lose everything. Why would anybody like to lose everything if he's not happy? They don't want to. But normally there has to be a certain amount of dissatisfaction with life in order to be willing to open up to this exploration. If people have like a really good life and feel happy with their life a lot of the time, they're not open to exploring this because this subject is painful and can bring up a lot of pain. So can you say that I want to lose everything? Oh, hang on. I mean, if I would have a button, theoretically, what would erase me from the existence? No, it's not about erasing you from existence. It's about, you see, this is the problem with non-duality. It's about the collapse of that, the movement back to the stillness. Rather than you being the person, it's a movement back to the stillness. The person still has to play out, but that's not who you are. That's not the experiencer. The person, so in the dream, your person wants out. Like getting rid of yourself, you don't want to get rid of yourself. You as a person just want to be happy, and then you get into this subject and you realize that you're the problem, and then you want to get rid of yourself. But it's not about getting rid of yourself, it's seeing what's true. And what's true is this boundless freedom. And then on the personal level, to improve your sensations and your feelings, just explore what's going on in you. But this is not what you're talking about. What the hell are you talking about? Happiness to you forever, if you want that. Oh, sweet. But this is not what you're talking about. I don't know if that cleared it up at all because I can't really listen, or I don't really listen to what I'm saying, so it just speaks. This thing speaks. Thanks for accepting, John. Oh, hey, John Hall. Nice to meet you on here. Thanks, love. You have no idea how long it's taken me to do this. I'm a bit of a numpty when it comes to technology. Oh, Joanna. I can be a numpty at technology too. I can also be very good at technology. But sometimes I can be really silly with technology. Like, go, 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 go. You just repeat it 100 times and you'll find like, oh, it's not that button. Oh, it works. Hi, Ro. Ro is sending me a kiss. I don't know who you are, Ro, but there's a kiss back. Until I've had lots of caffeine today. Yes, guys, I am reading the chat column. I always get nervous when she reads the chat. I think, what have I said? Well, there was nothing funny or any questions there as well. There's some things funny, but there's nothing funny to report. I don't think there's many K questions. I recall. There was someone, Lawrence.
Hello.
Hey, Lawrence. Hello.
Hello.
Can you see and hear me okay?
Hello. Can you hear me? I cannot hear you. And I cannot see you either.
Do you want to call me back? Hey, Lawrence. Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me now?
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, I cannot hear you, and I cannot see you as well.
My video's on.
Wait a minute. Maybe I should.
Are you on your phone?
I think you can hear me, right?
I can hear you.
Hello. Hey, I cannot hear you, and I cannot see you as well.
Okay, I'm just going to try and reset Skype
Yeah.
in case it's me.
Right?
Might be my Skype, so I just open it up again. So just call when you've sorted it out, Lawrence. I'm just going to read this question, and you just call when you're ready. I hate my inherent dynamics. I hate the fact that I'm not able to be in my own dynamics. But on the other hand, I'm attracted to stillness itself, where I'm free from all dynamics, troubles. So I'm torn apart. What do you suggest? Hey, Lawrence. Is it working?
Yes. I can hear you.
Okay, very good.
I cannot see you. I just see the doorknob.
You just see the doorknob. Are you on an iPad?
No, Samsung.
You're on a pad. Just move the picture
Mm-hmm.
along the screen.
Ah, here I am.
Hello.
Hello. Wait a minute, I see myself. God, this is better. Yes, now it's good.
You got to click on me though, because if you click, it then will put you up on the big screen.
Yeah. So, can you put me up
Huh?
on the screen?
Oh, you want to go on the screen as well? Sure. People rarely do.
Yeah. I listened it back from last time, and I
Yeah.
was really missing my my facial expressions.
Hang on a sec. Let me just make sure this is working. Hang on a sec. Hang on a sec. Show source settings. There you go. Hang on. And my picture is in your head. Let me just remove that.
Window.
Okay. Let me go back. It's exciting that you want to be in it. Most people don't want to.
I know. No, because if you want to see yourself back.
Oh yeah.
What I mean?
Yeah. I think it's great. I think it's really nice to do it.
Yeah. Because I watched it like 5 times and it.
You're like, I want to see what I'm doing.
Yeah, and it sank in deeper and deeper and better. So that's good.
Nice.
Yeah. So how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I've had a nice day. Not that I can really remember now, but I remember being outside with Khaleesi and it was sunny. Which was very nice. Yeah. Yeah, we had a really, really wet month. And what happens where I am is that sometimes a cloud just comes in and you're in a cloud for about a month. So it's been really, really wet. And then about the last 2 weeks, we just had sunshine every day. And I just love winter sunshine. It's my favourite.
It is nice. So I'm very much exploring the truth.
Yeah.
And getting more into the body. And I understand there's no way out of suffering, I guess.
I don't know what you mean by that. I nodded, but I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that.
Well, there's always things that are not quite the way you want them to go. At first I was, okay, once you get enlightenment, once you get this,
yeah,
you will not feel any problems. You just feel joy and love all the time.
Yeah.
Is that true?
No.
God damn it. No.
Yeah.
So there is a bit of suffering.
Just because of my terminology, I would say that that you can never escape pain. So I wouldn't call it suffering. I would call suffering the attachment to being somebody in time, that energy which the stillness attaches and makes it feel like you are a separate person looking through the body. But the body's never going to end experiencing pleasure. I mean, some speakers say that it does, doesn't tend to be non-duality speakers, but some speakers say it's, constant bliss and constant joy. But that's not the experience here. The experience here is that pain can arise, that sadness can arise, that happiness can arise, that joy can arise, that
I
all these
got
different things.
2 questions about that. One is, what's the definition of the person? Because I last time we speak of the body-mind mechanism.
Yeah.
And if consciousness arises in that, to me, that's the person.
So my definition would be that that it's hard because I used to call it the character. So I used to call the person the character, but now I just always change, I think, everything I say to whoever I'm speaking to. But it's that energy which feels like that person is the experiencer. That's the suffering.
All right.
And there can be this movement back where there's nobody experiencing this anymore, but the person is still being experienced, but there's nobody experiencing it anymore. But the person's still being experienced, and that person can be heartbroken or can be sad by someone's actions or can be traumatized by being in a car crash, or it can be all array of emotions. But that person that's being traumatized is no longer a separate experiencer anymore. It's an experience appearing in life like all other things. And there is a stillness that's now experiencing this, that is non-located and everywhere. And it's an energetic movement that happens. And you could call it love as well, but it's not the person is in love. You could say the person appears in love, but not the personal dynamics, the happy, sad, joyful, whatever it is.
Yeah. I'm
And it
getting it.
does
Thank you very
change.
much
It
for
does
that.
change the person's dynamics to a certain extent, but
Yes.
but it also it doesn't as well. You've always got the flavour of that person.
Yes. It's also a little bit about definitions and words,
Yeah.
and so I
And
don't want to
everyone
be.
speaks differently. Like there's no certified event of enlightenment. Everybody has their own made up. Like some people might say that enlightenment is, opening all your chakras, or enlightenment is traveling to different realities or something. Like there is no definition. I went to the pub with my dad once and met a friend and his brother said to my dad, this is Nick, I don't know if you remember this, Nick, but his brother said to my dad, so what's it like to have an enlightened daughter? My dad didn't know he knew what the word meant, like enlightened, like you're enlightened about driving, or you're enlightened about cars or something, but he didn't know what it meant in that context, so he just kind of sat there for a moment. And I could see in his face be like, what's she enlightened about? Like this made no sense. And then eventually he went, very good, thank you. That was really sweet. But there's no definition for it. Everybody's definition is different. And you've got so many different teachers as well, and teachings. And everybody, and in a way, there's always going to be uniqueness of ways of it's expressed in this life, dependent on those body-mind mechanisms.
Yeah, and words are always limited, so it cannot be described in words, right?
It can't be described in words, and anything you think or feel about it isn't it. It's only this instant. And so,
but it is something, right?
No, it's only ever this instant. It's only ever this. And so...
That means it's right now, right?
Yeah, right now.
This conversation that's it.
Yeah, that's it. But the words are something that come and go and don't actually mean anything and don't really point to it even. They appear in it. And this is why there's so many different definitions of it, because anything we say, speak, any dogmas or religions that we make up about it can never be it. Anyone's experience of it can never be it. It can only ever be this instant in whatever colours it takes on. And the freedom comes when there's just a movement back to that. This energetic movement back to that stillness. And even saying that, even me saying that, you can understand that another person could say it completely different. And also what I'm saying isn't true. It can never be true. Even me saying that movement back to it can't touch it because it's already happened. It already is. My words are too slow or too fast. They're gone. Everything I've said is gone. It doesn't exist now. But yet there is a presence which exists. And that presence is radically alive and totally in love with itself in innocence. And then the words of the human come and go. The dynamics of the human come and go. The feelings of the human come and go.
Can you please change the camera? Because it does look...
Huh?
On the screen.
It got stuck?
No. I want to see you in the eyes. You're not looking at the camera.
Oh yeah, but that's hard.
All right.
Because if I look in my eyes, then your face covers my face. On the hang on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I need to make the eye connection.
Hang on a sec. Okay. There, does
Yeah,
that...
that's better. That's better. Yeah.
Okay.
It feels more real for me.
But there's something happening in the eye connection. You're not wrong to... There is something happening in the eye connection, and it's...
Thank you very much.
It's because it's not like... it's not anything special about the speaker that's speaking, or anything special here, but it's almost like... You're looking at yourself as that presence.
Mm-hmm. That's probably what I feel.
Yeah. And you're looking at emptiness.
Yeah, and it feels like, really feels like love. And
It is total and utter love. Your nature is love. That nature as
but
stillness is love. It's not, it doesn't, this love though doesn't belong to the human. It's something beyond that.
and it's just,
It's,
it's reflecting of your body, and
yeah.
I observe it.
Yeah, it's funny the way it works. I don't have any words to describe it, but seems to be what happens, and why there's been the speaker, because that's the speaker. I remember, like, I had massive awakenings around animals, because animals are totally empty, and I just have this experience. I'd look at them, and then there was just emptiness, looking at emptiness. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, it is. I like what you said about, I wrote it down. Everything is love, and nothingness is knowing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm always changing the way I speak, so you can't hold on to it, but
No.
the presence, the manifestation of it is total love. It's like total giving. So anything that comes into existence is coming from this absolute giving of life. It's a love affair. It's like the mother giving birth. It's like the way that everything gives birth to this. And then the looking is where everything disappears into. This is where nobody suffers, nothing suffers. So the animal that goes to the slaughterhouse and is killed doesn't suffer, because there's nobody there to suffer. So there's nobody that ever actually suffers. When there's identification with the person and with the pleasure and pain and the story of the person, then there is suffering.
But it's always there, the story.
Yes, but
You know
there can be
mean?
this energetic removal from it. And there is, like,
okay.
Lisa has stories, and she has things that she can get sad about in stories or happy about in stories. But it's not me anymore. I'm not that person in the story. You're not that person in the story. Who's listening to me now is beyond that story. It's not about the disappearance of the story, it's the movement energetically back to that stillness. It does change the storytelling, it most probably diminishes it and changes it, but that's irrelevant, that's beside the point.
I feel in that, like you said it like that, I feel I'm getting loose of the story. I'm getting loose of the person.
But the person has to exist in a story. Like, the person or the character has to exist in a story. If you socialize with someone, you have to be able to tell them where you were born, or I don't know what job you do or whatever. There has to be, and there has to be interactions and dynamics with people. That's always going to exist in the human world, and that's not something to be escaped from. It's the movement back to that empty experiencer, and then the body does, and the person does what it does. And there's always an openness to looking into that, but that's not you anymore. So what becomes enlightened, what becomes free, isn't someone, it's way beyond that. And that which becomes free, in a way you could say, was always free. It was never identified. It just seemed to be. But it wasn't ever really identified, because it's not a thing which could possibly be identified. But it just seemed like it was. Just like if you put on Google goggles now. Have you seen the Google goggles? And you are watching through...
Yeah. But it's so real.
Yeah, if you were watching through Jim Carrey's eyes or somebody's eyes, if you had these goggles on and you're watching through their eyes, and then it's like, basically, you can never be affected by anything that happens in Google goggles, ever. It's something that's happening, but it's
Is
basically...
that really how you feel? How you experience life?
No, but the illusion is that you believe that you are Jim Carrey. No, me as the experiencer can never be affected. I'm always free. The person, though, can be. If you poke Lisa, she cries. If you slap Lisa, she cries. If a dog chases her, she gets scared. but the watcher, the experiencer, is never affected. It can never be affected. Who I truly am can never be affected. Lisa can be fear, can be sadness, can be jealousy, can be anger, can be whatever.
You cannot escape the sensations, right?
No, that has to carry on. It improves, Lisa's improved, but she still has her conditioning, and there's always room to improve her conditioning. She can always become, in the limited world, a better person. Ultimately, she's perfect, but she can always become a better person.
Yes, that's. I think the confusion in my case, seeming it black or white. Like, once you get enlightenment, the person may be there, but you will never feel or never attach to somebody hurting you. But
no, that's not true.
No, and that's what I mean with you cannot escape suffering or being hurt.
And this is really important point, actually, because this is often why we like non-duality, is because we think it's a way of getting out of hurt or getting out of feeling.
Yes.
But it's not. So say if this happened to a friend of mine who's a speaker. Actually, it's happened here that they know someone that was listening to their talks and killed themselves, and they knew that person very well, and and they were sad for months. Sadness arose for months after that. And it's also happened to me, but I didn't actually know them very well. But I have known some people that come, but I really didn't know them very well. But she knew them quite well. And there can be sadness, after a love affair breaks up, or you lose someone for their life. But it's we as a separate person, what we see suffering is something happening in life. So we see suffering as feeling that sadness. We see suffering as events. But this is a sensation. The suffering actually is the attachment to always wanting pleasure and avoiding pain. Like you've got to, if you didn't have sadness when something happened, this makes you a psychopath, a definition of a psychopath. It's so important as human to have feelings, to have remorse if you treat someone shittily. And I can have remorse if I've treated someone badly.
That's good.
Yeah, it's really important. I'm trying to think of examples. I try to always give examples of it so that people, so that you or anyone that's listening doesn't get deluded about this idea of cutting themselves off and going numb. And that's what the person imagines because you're afraid of your feelings. But there's nothing to be afraid of. The fear is the person running away from it. I know it feels like there's something to be afraid of, but it's actually, the problem isn't the feeling in itself. Like Khaleesi doesn't mind feeling fear. Khaleesi doesn't mind feeling anxiety because she has no sense of it. So when there's fear, there is just 100% fear, but she doesn't think to herself, I don't want this fear. I'm afraid of this fear. She can't. There is simply fear. The fear expresses itself and then it passes. Whereas us as human...
but you have to be some kind of brave to allow those feelings to enter the body.
Do you know what? Waking up and being into this subject, I think, takes an enormous amount of courage. And in a way, you have to be a little bit snookered, I think. So the person... snookered, like snookered means, when you're playing pull and pull, when you're playing with the stick and you can't get your ball, like somebody stops you from getting your ball. And just, you have to be in a little way that you can't sort things out anymore. Like, when I got into this subject, I was quite young, but I had had quite a few traumas, and it was like I couldn't live the life that my friends were living. So, the destination of my peer group and my friends was marriage and kids and, to have a career to an extent, but that was the destination. And I'd just seen too many things and I couldn't accept that as just life for the rest of my life. I had to explore deeper. And in a way, if I hadn't had those things happen early in my life, I'd most probably done the marriage and kids. So in a way, sometimes there has to be a point where you can't carry on. It's like a crisis has to come where you can't carry on the way you did before.
Yes. But that's the question somebody asked. From when will somebody want
Yeah.
when you're in deep crisis and you
Yeah.
can give up, and the only thing you have is truth.
Yeah.
And what is truth? And you explore, and
Yeah.
well, what do you find?
Yeah.
I'm still searching. But it's nice. It's very nice.
Yeah.
And I had another question, but I don't think it's relevant anymore. I think well, maybe. I think there's as an awakened being, if you if somebody claims it.
Can I just say that I don't feel like I'm an awakened being. I also don't feel like I'm not an awakened being. I don't feel either.
All right.
So I don't feel like I'm unawakened and I don't feel like I'm awakened.
So what are you then?
Neither.
What is that? Is that a
Nothing.
something?
Nothing.
But you have a body and a mind.
Oh, so Lisa, but that's not actually what's identified with here. So
So what are you?
I don't feel like a thing.
So
So I don't feel awakened or not awakened. Neither.
So what are you then?
Nothing.
You are nothing. You are nothing with the body and the
Nothing.
mind.
If you nothing ultimately, but if you then ask me on the personal level again, then I'll be really human.
No, I'm not asking you for the personal level.
Yeah.
I'm just
So actually,
what
the
you.
experience her and that which is looking here, so, and what that which is looking at you doesn't feel like something. The nearest I could get to maybe would say love, but I certainly don't feel like I'm enlightened, awakened, not awakened, not enlightened. Neither of those. It's like when someone says that, it's always like, oh. So I just got an itchy nose then in the middle of that.
You don't like the word or
No, it just doesn't feel
technology
true.
or
It feels an untruth. And I don't really like letting people say an untruth about me.
Mm-hmm. But there is something special, significant about you, right?
No! Only in that this is, only in that I am,
Mm-hmm.
not in any other way.
You're one of those people who recognizes this.
No, that's in your dream.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sitting here speaking. Or this is just sitting speaking. I'm not something. I am not anything. I'm not someone that doesn't recognize this or does recognize this. I'm not enlightened or not enlightened.
I'm confused.
Very good.
Yeah, I know. I like it. It's good. It's good. But yeah. Do you know where I'm asking Torch?
Sorry? Do I know?
Do you know what I'm searching for with these questions?
You're searching for... Sorry, I just have to check that I'm being... You're searching for me to say that I'm different from other people?
No, absolutely not. No. What you are, because I believe we are the same. Like consciousness. I don't know. I know you don't like that word. But what the truth is, what we are.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear that, or see that, or experience it, or
But
know it.
you don't get it. You don't get to have that or know that. What is it that looks at me now?
Mm-hmm.
Who is it that looks at me now? Your mind interprets that you as something, look at me, you as somebody that's unenlightened, you as someone that's happy, sad, feeling good, bad. But actually there is nothing looking at me. There is simply looking happening for no one. There is this endless space that's experiencing itself. And that is non-definable. And then it looks through this human, and then on the human level you can say, oh, I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm good, I'm bad, I'm right, I'm wrong, whatever. But the looker isn't a thing.
Thank you very much. That was that was what I was looking for. This answer. Ah, very good.
But to be an enlightened person is a curse. To be a non-enlightened person is a curse.
Mm-hmm.
To be awake is a curse. To not be awake is a curse. Because then that's your something in time. And when you're something in time, you always suffer because you've got the potentiality to lose things, have things, get something taken away.
But I also like it. It feels like I like this game, playing this person and
Oh yeah, the person is fun.
and improving myself because that's all.
Yeah. And on the relative level, Lisa enjoys that. Like Lisa enjoys the personal level, the touch, the intimacy. But that's not who's experiencing now. And that doesn't have to change the enjoying, the seeking, not the seeking, but the enjoyment of the personal level. But that which looks now isn't a person. It looks through a person. And that's the waking up. But but there's great joy in being human. But this is the other side of it. So then you can talk from the human side, and we can talk about, it's like bliss today. I go out with Khaleesi on my bicycle, and and we ride, and then we find a spot in the sunshine, and we sit in the sunshine. I mean, this is just so blissful and beautiful, and talking with friends and laughing over nonsense, all these things. The work on the internet, the talking about this. All these human things, and on the relative level, but ultimately that is never an experiencer, but an experience. When you're attached to being that person, then you are living in this world where you believe that you're born, that you die, and that you have things and that you lose things, and that love, what you mostly want in this world is love. Love is found in a thing or another person. And love is your essence as this stillness, as this empty looker. And suffering, when you get into these big dramas and this agony and this anxiety, is the belief that that person is the experiencer rather than an experience.
I feel like I'm a bit afraid to really grasp the concept about losing my life a little bit. Intellectually, I know it's not true. We just discussed it, but that's how I feel.
But that's really good that you've recognized that. And so where do you feel that fear?
Yeah, in the solar plexus.
Yeah. And so just in the recognition of that is really beautiful, because now you can give that a bit of attention and begin to see how untrue it is. Like that it will produce stories or produce ideas that aren't true. And that it's simply sensation.
I don't want to get rid of it. It's like, it's so dear to me. It feels like that.
Yeah. So just give the fear some attention and see the stories that, you don't have to do it now, but see the stories that come from that fear. But just the recognition is changing things.
Feels so good.
Yeah.
This drama. Oh my God. Oh. Yes.
I used to have this boyfriend that loved drama, and he used to want to wake up, and I used to always say, but what will you do when you wake up? Like, you'll have no drama. Like, The person has drama in a way, but
Well, this isn't true, because when you wake up, you can have drama, right?
yeah, you can have drama, but not to the extent that he used to like it. I'd be like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I think I like this drama so much.
Oh, but if you like it, then you're totally allowed to absolutely love it. Like, in a way, I think on the personal level, you have to really jump into that which you love. And if you're loving the drama, then just go ahead and do and be that drama.
Yes, but I'm kind of done with the drama.
I like it because that's such a drama thing to say. I like the drama, but I'm kind of done with it. It's like the new drama.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a new drama. Oh my god. But
I love it, but I'm done with it. It's like breaking up with a girlfriend. I love her, but I'm done.
oh, yeah. So what to do? What to do? Well, I also love exploring this and exploring what it's like to be human
Yeah,
or consciousness or whatever you call it.
yeah,
Truth, exploring truth.
yeah. So just allow yourself to love it. Just because eventually it will go, the exploring of it.
Excuse me?
Just allow yourself to absolutely love it, to fall in love with that process,
Uh-huh.
because eventually it will go, like everything.
Yes. Very nice, very nice.
Yes.
You see, yeah.
You'll notice that when you watch it back, that you move a lot on your chair. I can't do that because I've got a limited box that I have to fit into. I have to stay very still.
Yeah, that's the handy thing of the tablet thing.
Yeah. And I think you've got a swingy chair like me.
I do. uh,
You see, you're the
maybe
everything. You're the everything. Well, people at home are watching. You're the everything. You're the movement, and I'm the black. I'm all in black, and I'm sitting here still. I'm the stillness. You're the everything. You see, we're two perfect representations of it. You see, and what the person does is the person sits in the middle of that bit, in the middle of the nothing of everything, and the person is this energy which is trying to hold on to the everything, rather than just letting it play.
just let it play. Just let it be.
Oh, thanks, Sweetie. Nice to talk to you again.
Thank you very much. It was very, very nice. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
lots of love. Bye.
Bye bye.
It's better. The light was shining in this eye. This is funny because I now go into Skype and everyone's like, we can't hear. Pardon me. Did everybody hear well enough? Sound was perfect. Very good. Oh, nice, Mark. That's really beautiful. Thanks for sharing. I love the colours. I love blues and greens. Very nice. Hi, Nicole. It's great that you offer these sessions of Q&A without charging. Not that it matters, but there is integrity in that. I see it as my silent... I love it. I love sharing. It's one of my favourite ways of sharing, actually, on Ustream, on my own house. This can be a lot more relaxedness about it when you're in a group. Just because of group dynamics, you have to have a lot more order. So I love doing it on Ustream. But I also see it as a little bit of what's it called? Like activism? Not activism. Like it's also a little bit of a political protest, because, you know, I really love this world and I really love humans, but it makes me sad what humans do to this world. And if we ever want to change things, then it has to be through talking about non-duality. This is the only way for change to happen, because at the moment, while humans believe that love is in objects, then they're just too greedy. They take too much, and so they're destroying themselves. So it's also like my little bit, like, I mean, I think views I get on the videos is like 2,000 to 3,000 per video. So it's huge, twice a week, the amount of non-duality that's being shared. And I see it as beautiful because it's freedom. It is freedom, and it's also going to really change humanity as well. Which, that's my own little. There's not really motivation. It just kind of happens, but it's something that I enjoy about it. This is not meant as a do it. Oh, I didn't read that. Can you really help anyone drop a sense of self? Wouldn't it be wiser to tell them to go and search for this supposed I that they have? Is it really helpful for these people to listen to these talks? And what do you gain from it? ultimately it's not helpful for the person because it's not the person that wakes up. But I do believe that when listening to non-duality and when I speak it to the non-duality part, particularly the non-duality part, a resonance happens, which you could call love. So you might feel it sometimes as falling in love with me or falling in love with what I'm speaking about, or as if it's on the tip of your tongue. And this is when there's beginning to be a movement back to that stillness rather than just being a solid, contracted person that's experiencing life. So that happens. And then I also think on the personal level, I think that I can, on the personal dynamics, help people understand their humanity a bit better. I don't think that's going to lead you to enlightenment, but it's going to make you a nicer, calmer, kinder person, which is needed in this planet. Look what we just do to animals in our society, let alone what we do to each other. And it just also feels like such an act of love talking about it as well. Sorry. I've been having problems with my eyes today. They feel like they're too dry. I don't know if it's because of the change in weather here. Sure that was lovely for you all. Seeing my tonsils. Lisa, show us your dog. Yes. Okay, humour is not needed there. Just normally it says other things, not dogs at the end. Lisa, show us your dog. She loves sleeping here. I'm always happy to show her because she's such a beauty. This is her favourite place. Oh, you get to see my washing. You see, I placed it over there so you wouldn't see it because it normally goes behind me next to the radiator. Oh, where's it, puppy? Where's it, puppy? Into the table. Look at you with the cord in there with you. Did I leave the cord in there? Where's your puppy? What puppy, picture puppy? Oh, she's so beautiful. The reason I turn off this one, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but the fan I don't like. The kitchen fan comes on. Okay. Just waiting for Suzanne to answer. She keeps calling me. Just to... Oh. I wonder how you rewind this. Ah. I just think this is so funny. Wanted to Joanna. Yeah, reading's not my best quality. Open Eye Hun says I didn't read his question properly. Yeah. Reading isn't my best quality. I'm better at talking, really. So this will be the last question I take tonight from Joanna, if she picks up. As it's nearly 8 o'clock. You don't want to give you too much. Nice arse. Dirty minds. Yes, the dog does have a nice arse as it happens. Okay, let's flick through some comments. Nobody's picking up when I call them. I like that about activism. She was very afraid of what was happening to her because she had no reference to relate to. I don't know what that's about. Yes, Karen, but self-awareness is part of your brain that needs to be developed. Hey, Susan!
Hello.
Hey, sweetie.
1 second.
Okay.
Is there a way to turn off speaker? It's like coming through my speakerphone.
Is it Bluetooth, your speaker?
I'm on my iPhone.
Just turn... Oh. What do you want it to come through?
Sort of like a phone call.
Oh, yes. You just go back and you go back to the call, and then there should be that setting where you take it off speaker. It looks like a speaker, so you just go back to the call. You understand? Oh, on Skype though. Yeah, you should be able to just do it like a phone call. I'm not sure how. I'm sitting here giving advice.
Yeah, it's not working.
You don't want other people to hear.
Well, I'm in a public place.
Yeah. Might be a little bit embarrassing. Concerning for people. They'll be like, what's something wrong with her? Terrorist!
Well, there's nobody around, but it's really lovely to connect.
Yeah.
I don't have a particular question. I actually stepped away from work to call because I've been wanting to call for some time, and I just never get a chance to. Sundays are always so busy, and Wednesdays when you're on, I'm at work, so
Yeah.
just wanted to say hi and send you lots of love.
Oh, thank you so much. I send you a big hug and lots of love. That's a nice call.
I've been really enjoying your talks, and I listen to them while I'm at work and whenever I can.
What do you do at work so you can do it? You're doing something
I've
physical?
just got an office job, so I'm just sitting at my desk. So, if I'm not listening to you, I'm listening to music or something. So.
Oh, and you can do your work while listening. That's great.
Yeah, just typing away.
Oh, nice.
But actually, I'm applying for a new job, so send lots of good wishes my way.
What's your new job?
I'm hoping to work from home.
Oh, nice.
Still like a customer service type of thing.
Yeah.
Which is not my ideal, but working from home sounds like it'll be a good fit for me. So.
Yeah. Oh, good luck with that.
Thank you.
Oh, I send you lots of love. Oh, thank you for calling, Susan. It's nice to speak to you, just briefly. Sleep underneath the table at the moment. She's such a joy. I call her the external joy. She reflects what I feel inside, or what I'm not spoken about. Yeah,
I want a dog so much these days.
Yeah, sometimes at workplaces, if you have a little dog, you're allowed to take them in.
Yeah, there is a lot
I
of
love
places that do that.
Yeah, and I love Khaleesi's size, and I love riding my bike with her. We really we do 2 or 3 hours sometimes riding a day, and I really enjoy that. But for travel, it's sometimes I think it would be so much easier having a little dog. You can just put them in your
Can you see
bag.
me right now?
No,
Oh,
you can just pop them in your bag, or you can take them in hand luggage when you go on the airplane. It would be so
yeah.
nice. But nice.
Yeah, my aunt traveled on the airplane with her little dog.
Yeah,
I think she has a Yorkie,
yeah.
and they allowed her to take the dog on the plane. So,
Yeah. Khaleesi's allowed to fly with me, but she has to go in with the bags, and I don't like that.
oh, yeah, that seems kind of
Mean.
nerve-wracking for her, maybe.
Yeah.
It's so lovely to talk to you. I feel like I have so much more like to delve into as far as non-duality, but it's probably not a good time right now since I have to get
Yeah.
back to work.
Yeah. Okay. I send you a big kiss and lots of love. No, thanks for calling.
Okay.
Bye,
Have a
CJ.
good night.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Lisa. What's the reason for separation feeling in humans anyway? Animals, plants, rocks seem not to have it. It's just because the thinking happened, and the thinking took over and became a center. Whereas the animals don't really think and don't really have that narrative, so they never identified and became a centered being animal, but it comes from thinking. Thanks, David Weber. Oh, that's okay, Gianna. Okay, guys, that's enough for this evening. I send you lots of love, and we can speak on Sunday at 6 p.m. French time. Okay, guys, thanks. Bye.